Hit the like and subscribe as we continue to regrow the platform, as we're on the page of Mr. Pablo Torre, who has been on a mission to destroy the Los Angeles Clippers single-handedly. And as you can see here, he won a Pulitzer Prize.
Not only are you a hot dog, a grandstander, a showboat, and a prima donna, but you're a liar too.
But in regards to that horrible work you've been trying to masquerade as journalism, Pablo Torre.
We coming for you, nigga.
Now, apparently, they must be giving Pulitzers away because his work has been very shoddy. I pointed it out almost a year ago when he did his first episode. And maybe I'll get into that later. But Pablo has a habit of moving the goalpost. If he's trying to prove a point in a certain episode, he'll switch certain things around, certain quote unquote facts around. And he did that with his last 2 episodes. I watched the first 12 in their completion. Wasted hours upon hours of my life listening to that nonsense. When in reality, all you really have to do is go to the clips. He'll tell you all you need to know, his basic premise of what the point that he's trying to make in the clips. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So here's Pablo telling you how Daktronics reminds him of aspiration, and he's going to reference the year 2023. This is why it's very important to pay attention and to discern. He's going to mention 2023 and highlight what he believes are the motives behind the Clippers sinking money into Daktronics. Listen to this.
To get to another way that Daktronics reminded me of aspiration. Because by the spring of 2023, aspiration, you will recall, was on the road to bankruptcy and federal investigation. Following the whistleblower complaint, we obtained that detailed salary cap circumvention in writing under penalty of perjury. And around this same time, it turns out, things weren't going that great for Daktronics.
I'm the Kobe Bryant of earnings calls. I'll just watch the same play over and over and over again. And there was another moment I saw, I just kept rewinding, which is when the company's audit committee chair, a member of the board, spoke up, which isn't very common. It's like seeing Tyler Kolek at the end of a game or something. And he was speaking because the company's auditor had issued a dire warning
about the company's ability to continue as a going concern. We unfortunately had to conclude that substantial doubt did exist. I will now hand the call over to Reese.
To be clear, a going concern warning is very bad. That meant that the company might go bankrupt within the next 12 months.
Great time to sign a celebrity sponsor. And so just in terms of the influence that Steve Ballmer and the Clippers had over Daktronics and their operations in 2023, this is how my first source, the person under contract for the Clippers Intuit Dome project, put it to me.
If the Clippers told Daktronics to jump, they would say how high?
Daktronics did a lot more than just survive. They went from being severely financially distressed to, as this 2024 Sportico headline suggests, the opposite.
Scoreboard maker Daktronics hit 17-year high on Intuit Dome success.
So you hear how they're framing it. And this is his show, okay? So he can't say he's being misrepresented. He posted this. He's framing it as though aspiration is struggling. Daktronics will now be used to funnel money to Kawhi. What a great time to sign a celebrity endorser, right? That's what he said out of his own mouth. For him to change his tune the next week. But let me let this finish. Then we'll play the next clip.
The stock went up 6 times between 2023 and today. And the Intuit Dome marked that bottom. That was the deal that really helped kickstart Daktronics and turn things around for them. Look, I don't fully understand the difference between correlation and causation, but maybe it was a really good decision to pay Kawhi Leonard some money, or at the very least, a good decision to take a payment from Steve Ballmer and build the Intuit Dome, because the Intuit Dome really did help save Daktronics. As far as I'm concerned, that might have been the greatest endorsement deal of all time.
I hate you. I hate your guts.
So here we have Pablo's post from a few days ago referencing Daktronics again. So remember, he highlighted that in 2023, it just happened to be a coinkydink. As aspiration goes down, they make an investment in Daktronics and are basically saying it's a way to funnel money to Kawhi that way. He literally just said it. So let's go ahead and pull up the clip here. I think it's the second slide.
According to our new... And so, David, we will begin with
Watch the
first
dates.
email from inside the Clippers marketing department.
From redacted at clippers.com, sent Tuesday, March 16th, 2021.
March 16th, 2021. This is before Kawhi tore his ACL. This is before the contract extension. This is before they even had a deal with aspiration. Okay? So clearly they've been in communication with Daktronics prior to any of this, any of Pablo's whole nonsense he's been putting together. Again, moving the goalpost. Let him finish talking.
2. Redacted at clippers.com, redacted at daktronics.com. Subject, Ray Clippers ideas. Hi, Redacted. I hope you're having a great week so far. We wanted to check in to see if your team has already met with the player and his rep, or if you have the meeting on the books. We look forward to beginning the activations.
This is 8 months, David, before Kawhi starts KL2 Aspire LLC for his no-show job with the Clippers jersey patch sponsor, Aspiration.
And again, he tried to, his whole thing is, ain't it a coincidence? Why wasn't KL2 around when they were having dealing with Daktronics? Huh? Why? It blows up his own narrative that he created. KO2 was supposed to have been created so that he can funnel money through there. Right? But if they're doing that through Daktronics, which you're not saying that though here, right? Daktronics just floating around. They didn't need KO2 for Daktronics. They did it just for aspiration. Make it make sense, please. This dude is a hack. He is not an investigative journalist. He had some people plop some paperwork in his lap, and he's turned it into a year's worth of content. That's it. That is all he has done. March 21st. Come on, man. Again, I'm just basing it off of what he said.
Inspiration, and more than a year before the Halo scoreboard project by Daktronics would even be announced. So that's where we are in time. I do also like, though, that the Clippers employee is referring to the player and his rep with anonymity. And so, David, we will begin with this first email from inside the Clippers marketing.
We're gonna play him reading the second email as well. But I'm only going over this just so you can see the reaching that they're doing. It's a super reach. Super reach. It is normal for teams to introduce players to companies and have them have whatever type of deals that they're doing. And what you saw in that email was normal. It was normal. That wasn't nothing crazy. It wasn't no smoking gun. Nothing. It was nothing. A big old nothing burger. That's it. But he tries to frame it, oh, it ain't a coincidence that, oh, well, he doing this, that, and the third. Oh, what? Kawhi Leonard got an endorsement deal. Where he don't have to do nothing. Let me tell you something. If you sign Kawhi Leonard to endorse your product, do not expect much of anything from him publicly. It's not going to happen. If anything, they would know that he's with your company and you can use his name, but he's not going to physically do nothing. When was the last New Balance commercial you seen? Huh? At least a year for me since he's done one. And I'm pretty sure he's getting way more money than he got from these other companies to do New Balance. But we're going to go ahead and listen to another one of these just to hammer it home, okay?
In fairness, it could be anybody. The player could be, I don't know, Paul George, right? Here's another email sent from the Clippers marketing department from later in the chain, this 1 month later.
Subject, Ray Clippers Ideas dash Daktronics. Hi, Redacted. Hope you're having a great week. Wanted to check in to see if you've been able to connect with Uncle Dennis /KL to secure a date. Please let me know if you have any questions! Exclamation mark.
The Clippers seem very interested in making sure that the buyer of the services get the thing that they are supposedly interested in buying from the seller.
May 11th, 2021. Hi, Redacted. Hope you're having a great week so far. Wanted to reach out to see if Uncle D has given you any update on timing with regard to the autographs.
In fairness, it could be anybody.
Playoffs are usually an off-limit time for us to approach players, but please let us know if you are able to work something out with Uncle D. The team would not be in the middle of that under any situation. Unless, of course, Pablo, they're in the middle of it.
Well, this is where we get to the follow-up in the same email chain, a response.
From redacted at Daktronics.com, May 11, 2021. To redacted at Clippers.com. I'll follow up and get back to you! Exclamation point. Thanks for the reminder. Hold on, let me read that without laughing. I'll follow up and get back to you. Thanks for the reminder! Exclamation point. Go.
I'm sick of these schmucks. Anyway, so you see it there, right? A few emails, and that's the last one. A few emails over the course of a month and a half, 2 months. 3 emails from the Clippers. And they're making it sound like they're hounding Daktronics. That's not hounding. There's been a significant amount of time that has lapsed since then. And also, look, these players have a lot of responsibilities, man. What if the Clippers have something that they want him to do? We need dates, times, places. We need that so that we don't double book the dude. Like, let's be real about this. So at the end of the day, they frame it as like, oh, I gotta let me read this without laughing. Let me. I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say.
You think I'm a goddamn fool?
But I say all that to say, though, these are significant reaches. And the reason why he has to keep reaching is because his narratives keep changing, the goalposts keep moving. Now, I'm going to pull up, because again, I talked about this. This is the video I made about this a year ago, which no one watched. Thank you all. Almost a year ago. Thank you to the 134 people who did watch it. But I stated these things in this video. Things weren't adding up to me on his end. For him to speak in such a definitive way. Yeah, no. Not even close. Now, I understand. He lost his job. He had things that he needs. You know, the boy got bills. He's got a wife. Surprisingly, I would have thought he would have had a husband. No offense. I was surprised to hear he had a wife. So him having a wife, that boy got bills to pay, man. So yeah, whatever story that he gets that might have some quote unquote legs, at least engagement wise, he gonna run with it, bro. Because now what's gonna happen? People are asking him. I saw him on the news the other day. He's on this program, this page here, Breaking Points, and they're asking him about the Lakers being sold to Bob Iger and Joshua Kushner 1 year after Mark Walter bought them. And that was a question I had. You know, well, mainly the Dodgers, because they just bought the Dodgers, but the Lakers, not even a year ago. I'm like, you talk about moving shady. Everything I told people, these people are not going to own the Dodgers during the life of Shohei Ohtani's contract. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. They're just fattening this thing up for the slaughter. It's obvious. Why is there a Bobby Bonilla day today? That's how these people move, man. It's like, that's why it's important to know history. That way, things like this don't surprise you. And there he is, the man of the hour, Pablo Torre. They asked him about this now. They could give a diddly pope about the Los Angeles Clippers. What's going on with this? He ain't got nothing on it, though. People didn't drop anything in his lap. That was a complete accident. Complete and utter accident. This dude ain't no investigative journalist. You serious? He's not. So yeah, let's go back to the beginning though. So this is the very first post that he made, and apparently there's been some news. Apparently, Pablo, brother, the NBA doesn't agree with you. Via ESPN sources, NBA has no evidence Ballmer funneled money to Leonard via sponsors. So Pablo, all that reaching and everything that you was doing was for naught. You was the biggest fraud as I believed you were in the very beginning. Now, I'm still gonna finish my video though. Separate video coming on this in a sec. So in light of the breaking news here, again, of course, exclusive, the Clippers, the massive fraud and Kawhi's secret $28 million job, even though Ballmer gave the company $50+ million. And then we got the Daktronics component too, which he blew it up himself, by the way. But I knew he was off from the very beginning, and I'm going to show you why. The whole premise of this thing was that they made the deal with Aspiration in order to funnel money to Kawhi Leonard, the KL2 thing, and all that other stuff that they mentioned, right? The LLC. He blows it up in the very beginning because he's a hack. Listen to what he had to say.
What we know is that NBA executives were suspicious of how Steve Ballmer's Clippers landed the most valuable free agent on the market, Kawhi Leonard. That the NBA did not find that Ballmer got Kawhi by sweetening their offer. Mm-hmm. But also that in March 2025, this celebrity-endorsed, multi-billion-dollar, allegedly fraudulent tree brokerage named Aspiration, which promises to clear your conscience and your emissions, they filed for bankruptcy. And this is where the clue is. What David's looking at with his glasses on is a bankruptcy filing, and there's a list of creditors. The entities to which Aspiration, in all of their alleged fraudulence, still owes the most money. And what I noticed is what David is noticing right now, which is that on that list of creditors, up near the top, above the Boston Red Sox, is an LLC. What we know is that NBA executives were suspicious.
So he starts it off by saying, in regards to Kawhi Leonard's initial free agency, NBA executives were surprised as to why he went to the LA Clippers. They were surprised. So that was 2019. So if you're going to have this whole conspiracy theory based around them doing the aspiration deal, your timeline is off. Why is it off? Why in the world would they need to siphon extra money to him after he just tore his ACL in the playoffs? Kawhi Leonard had no leverage at that point. None. He's where he wants to be. The team is good. Probably would have won the championship in 2021 if he didn't tear his ACL against the Jazz in game 5 or 6. I think it was 5 against the Jazz. Had a good chance of winning the chip that year. We know he's not going to play basketball in 2022. He's out for the year. And he got a max extension. It's not like he signed like Jalen Brunson. He signed for $100 million less. What are you talking about here? Or he signed for a little bit less than the max. But it was close. The numbers were close. That being beside the point. He got his paper. You don't need this company to siphon extra money off to him, man. So, I mean, it is what it is. I brought this up again just to show that this dude is a hack. He need to turn that Pulitzer back in just off of personal, professional, and professional pride, because he know he don't deserve it. He know he doesn't. And at the end of the day, he was proven to be wrong, as the NBA has cleared the Los Angeles Clippers of any wrongdoing. Well, let's see. I probably should go through his comments here. I'm getting cooked. Let's see. Actually, I will. All right, let's see. This is one of the last posts he made. Lamont Bailey, go find another email now, Pablo Torre. Oh, man. 91 Murdoch. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Laughing, crying emojis. Oh, man. DJ Brown Cal, need your new take on Kawhi now getting off scot-free. Somebody posted an L emoji. Oh, man. There's some bot in here responding to everybody. Jacob.G_124, no evidence. Pablo, what happened? All that work for nothing. There goes the bot again. Let's see. Let's see what this person has to say. This is 13 hours ago. Turtle Die 5641288. Can you please get off Kawhi like it's over? Find something else to report on, like for real. Shout out to you for being the quote salary cap police. Let's see. Jesse 7 Nuve. Leave my Clippers alone now, buddy. You irrelevant. And on that note, we'll leave it be. Pablo Torre has been found to be a hack, as I've been stating this entire time. Pablo Torre is not Pulitzer Prize material. He had some papers fall in his lap, and he's been proceeding to read them over the course of the last almost year. Now, I'm sure he'll have an excuse. He'll say that it's cover up by the NBA. They don't want to mess with Ballmer. They don't want to open up a can of worms with the rest of the teams and stuff like that. Well, brother, you're the one that opened up this can of worms. So if there's other cans of worms to be opened, I would assume if you had anything, you would talk about it. Because like I said, there's plenty of things you could have talked about in regards to things like this. The Warriors have been synonymous with getting their dudes papered up off the floor. That championship roster they had. What are we talking about? Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up so I can get into this new video, read this article. Let me know what you guys think about this. Being too hard on Pablo Torre. me, the NBA, and everybody else who has two brain cells to rub together, we being too hard on Pablo Torre? Is he just doing great investigative journalism? Or is he a bum? Let me know what y'all think. Hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, I'm out.